Sexual abuse, the reason how to avoid it. Here in Bulle, where I live, on the buses one can read in great letters sexual abuse. No. Though this gave rise to speak on this. What is the reason that sexual abuse is possible? One very deep going reason is that most people do not know the deep meaning of bodily intimacy. It is something very precious. Everybody has heard one heart and one soul. This is the meaning of bodily intimacy. To be one day a unity. The warmth of the body supports it, that the two hearts start melting. To a unity. I know many say, I want to keep my freedom. I want to be independent. But this is not a good freedom and not a good independence. Becoming one with somebody in the heart, you will have a higher form of freedom. Not just be free from, but to be free for. It is a freedom full of responsibility. Not everybody wants this. You understand? And then independency. What is the problem to be dependent on a best friend? A man calls her the best friend, but it is not. If he wants to be independent, he looks here and there. Then intimacy will not be fulfilling. So he tries to steal this. It's a robbery. And then there is something heavy, others. Sigmund Freud speaks on suppression of things, but this, as I know, he never did mention. I will not speak on this here. It is a very precious thing. Hammer down! There is no health of a society if you hammer down most precious things just because it's not so pleasant. It's not just fun to have this. But when you accept this little pain and you're young, it is the highest prevention of many evil things. My mother spoke one times on a man who was in a burning house. She said somebody did save him. So he changed his life attitude. I was thinking, silly boy, why did you not change it before? Then you don't perhaps not the lesson. Beethoven speaks also on this. Who understands with heart his music will be charged with much less silly things. Okay, I will not speak on this, which is suppressed in young years. It is done in another video. Then how to avoid it? Whoever misuses, he will not be against the love to his own mother. And who can love his mother is much less in danger for sexual abuse. One exercise I have heard from Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, later on called Osho, is very nice. You sit on a chair and imagine to be again in the mother's womb. Then you utter heartful things. You try to have gratefulness to her. 5 minutes, 10, half an hour, as you like. And then the second exercise I did created, you imagine your mother to be in your belly and console her and say nice things to her. Whether he's still alive or dead, it doesn't matter. You can do both in both ways. This will help much to have less desires for sexual abuse. And it is a basic thing. If those who do it probably say, I do it, but I do not really like, I have too much troubles. Then make visit in hospitals. Ask someone there who is responsible to make visit of ill people. Compassion helps very much. Abuse is stealing. Anti-stealing is compassion. I have always things made for children, and in the street I give it. So I can live my compassion for other people. I never would have a desire to abuse, for I know the beauty of melting in the heart of the other melting in my heart. Unio corporis ac cordis. But I cannot blame all these abusers. It is a question of education. Heinrich Pestalozzi has proposed to make a hard education. Certainly first for the teachers and not for the children. But it is not done. And one could make also courses of hard education for adults. I would call it anthropogogy, not pedagogy. I think many people would be happy because the ethical values, not everybody can rediscover them. Some are so precious. And I know there would be many people very much interested in discovering them and to have a better life, not more fun, a more fulfilling life. And now I add another exercise too. It is a virtue in no way. Nobody is doing this. It's very precious. I explain it in a walk with a child, a small child. You see somewhere flowers in the garden, and ask a child, "Do you like some?" Yeah, yeah, very nice flowers. Okay. Can you feel love for these flowers? Oh, yes, this is very nice. I love these flowers. And is it possible that you even can feel some gratefulness for these situations to love the flowers? Yes, my mother, it is possible. So keep this feeling of gratefulness for a while. And we will do this exercise again and again. Suddenly, you are able to walk in the street with a feeling of gratefulness. This is a total anti desire. And then there is some other thing too, which is very fulfilling, but it needs some time. I was in an Indian train, many hours traveling, and I saw children on the chairs sitting there. No noise, nothing. It comes because these children feel loved by the mother and perhaps also by the father. It is a love without any action. This is very precious. Any mother can do it. You feel as if from your heart expands a golden cloud surrounding the child. It is not just imagination. In higher consciousness, it is a reality. You just exercise something of higher consciousness, of fulfilling love, transcended love, not emotional. And when the child starts feeling the love of the mother, she may speak in the road to this one or the other one. The child will say, "I understand you must bring in order something. It does not matter, it's all right." It does not feel lost. And this feeling lasts. That happens so many times. Can make a child a robber, a sex robber, a sexual abuser. The more a child, please forgive me when I spoke once on a prenatal pedagogy. It does not, it's not accepted here. One place it was said, nous en avons pas besoin. We don't need this, but perhaps the children would need it. And you also would need it if you do not want to be abused. This is the most simple pedagogy. Really to take the unborn child in the heart compared with the plant, so he has already roots in the society. The more someone has roots, harmful roots in the society, the less danger of abuse exists. Okay. I'm glad that I'm allowed here to speak in my private room on this and not to get punished by a forced psychiatric treatment for it. In the moment is all I have to say and nothing else. Discover truth.
Mein Name ist Stefan Kocher.
Thank you for listening.